Hello, hello everyone! Long time no see. My name is Hiawatha. You are on youtube.com/watch/ a whole bunch of random letters and numbers. And today, I have another extraordinary game of Age of Empires 4 for you. Spawning on the south side of Lipany, we have Grubby playing the Delhi Sultanate. Actually, this is Highview, not Lipany, on the south side of Highview. And on the other side of the map, his opponent today, playing the Mongols, we have none other than Divine DFP in the red. Opting to go right onto wood as any good Mongol players would. Get it? Wood? Putting that Uwu down right away and getting that production going to get those vills out on the food. Other side of the map, rolling straight onto food. Gonna heavily focus that way and then go right onto the gold as well to age up as quick as possible. Now, these two players, very high-level players. If you're unfamiliar with Grubby, he is probably, in my opinion, the best educational content creator when it comes to Age of Empires 4 out there right now. Check out his channel. I'll make sure to leave a link down below to any of these two players' social medias if I can. But regardless, Grubby's a great player. He's a Delhi main for sure, but he plays other civs as well, and he's just a very strong player. Divine DFP I'm not as familiar with, but both players currently sitting in the top 50 should be in for a good match today. Take a look at our scouting right away for a moment here. Divine DFP opening up with just the Khan, gonna run around and try to find some sheep, some information. On Highview, sometimes it's more optimal to go for a second scout right away from TC, but instead going for a stable to pump out double scout, which actually probably does make more sense. So I take back what I said before. Other side of the map, however, we do have Grubby. Grubby did open up with just one scout, actually, which is a little surprising. I usually do see a lot of high-level Delhi players open up with two scouts, missing a sheep right over there. You may have noticed. Probably going to find them on the way back over. And right now, we're just kind of waiting to see what these two players have in store for us today. Our openings, like I mentioned, we kind of got the sheep right away to get the production going. And once we had enough wood to drop a house and a lumber camp and a mine, we moved on to the mill for that faster gather rate on the berries. Already researching our wheelbarrow, as it is free technology for the Delhi Sultanate, only taking 4 minutes and 30 seconds to research, as opposed to what our opponent has to pay, which is not only time, but resources as well. I forget the cost of it right now, so we'll check on it later. But anyways, the Khan going to run across the map here, try to get some information as to what's going on with his opponent. I'm going to be hopping into the base of the Delhi Sultanate just about now. Let's follow along and see what we find. Going to find just a scout for now. You can hear the sound of two more scouts being pumped out by our Mongol player back at their base. And finally finding the TC of the Delhi player. Knows that the stone is pretty far forward. Is there another stone close by? No, there is not. So this is actually a really exposed gold vein over here. Speaking of gold veins, actually, let's talk about the base while the Khan does a little bit of harassing these villagers for a moment here. Grubby's spawning with a very close by berry and wood mine, which is awesome. It's very nice, but that is just a super, super far away gold mine. Not really going to be easily sustainable for a long period of time until he gets 6 of the towers and spears out. But luckily, before the little raid with the two scouts can come in, he is able to get enough gold and is going up with the Dome of the Faith. Other side of the map currently, there is no age up happening. Just the moment we are shy on food, so we're going to expand onto that. Those deer over here, it looks like we're going to drop a gur in a moment, I would imagine. Actually, we're going way out over here onto this really far away gold. I guess the benefit of doing something like this is that you don't have to worry about your actual main goal, which is found over here for Divine, being raided. And he's able to kind of sit back and hide his mining a little bit better, especially early into the game. I like that play, actually. I do really like that. On the side of the map, though, where the action is happening, these scouts are still going to try to get some damage on this mining camp, get it raised and burnt down to the ground. Grubby being forced off of his berries right now by the Khan. Going to go back onto the sheep. It is a nice option to have as the Delhi Sultanate to be able to say, hey, I'm being harassed in one food resource. Let me go back onto the other one. I still got it early enough in the game. It's not going to infect me. It's not going to impact me all that much. It still will, but not as significantly as, you know, another civilization. So this mining camp is definitely going to go down. We do have a barracks coming up for Grubby right now. I'm going to get some spears out of the way here. We're going for efficient production, which is always the best way to open up as the Delhi Sultanate, because once you have the Dome of the Faith created and you have your reduced cost for scholars, you want to be able to pop them into your barracks and really increase that production speed. I forget what the exact, what is it actually? It's going to tell us right here. Increases military production speed by 100%. So literally doubling the speed of production at the barracks once you have a scholar in there. It's really, really useful technology. And Grubby already up. Let's just say ahead. Try to say up at the same time. So it's a hop a whole age. And meanwhile, Divine just going up with the deer stones right now. Going to get that movement speed buff at his base. Hopefully they nerf this soon. In my opinion, in the opinion of a lot of people, this landmark is very, very strong. Almost too strong. Because it allows villagers to really drop off resources at a gather point a lot more quickly and effectively than any other civilization in the game. Some people are thinking the balance should be, you know, only have the deer swords without military units. I kind of in agreement with that, but we'll have to kind of see what the devs play around with here for that. Meanwhile, though, scouting-wise, we do have some more scouting coming out from Divine, getting his... Now, actually, 2 horsemen are out. Where does scouts go? Did he have scouts, or did I just call them horsemen the entire time? Or, sorry, did he have horsemen, and I called them scouts the entire time? I don't know. I digress. Doesn't really matter all that much at the end of the day. Horse boys with swords came out and burnt down the mining camp, and now we do have Delhi players back onto the gold. Grubby doing a good job of making sure he gets back out there quickly and effectively, going onto the stone. Maybe looking to do some wall cheese. I do know that Grubby is a little notorious for putting up some cheesy walls here and there in the streams that I've caught from him. So it's going to be an interesting decision tree as to which direction he decides to go with. He's going to go double TC. He does have a lot of villagers on wood right now, so he could opt to go that route instead. Or is he going to go into something a little more annoying for his opponent? We'll have to kind of wait and see. Pumping out some archers now from the archery range. No scholars out just yet. We're only building the first one right now, probably because, again, we were pushed off that gold for a little bit. So I wanted to make sure he has enough gold in the bank for whatever research he's doing, getting the hardened spearman upgrade right now as we speak. And actually a forward villager coming across. Is he doing the cheese? He's doing the cheese, isn't he? He's going to do the cheese, I know it. Or he's just going to wall in the sacred site. But luckily enough, we do have Divine DFP's Khan out here scouting this very easily and effectively. So he's going to know that something's going on here. And it looks like we do, in fact, have an outpost going on that center sacred site. 2 horsemen going to come from the shadows over yonder and try to get a pick on this Vil so that it cannot go up. Getting some damage in there right now. May choose to trade this horseman for that kill. Is going to lose a horseman, but does kill a villager, and that is going to delay Grubby's ability to hold the middle of the map until he gets another Villy out here to finish up that tower. At which point in time, you could even see some more horses coming out. Actually opting to upgrade the horseman, just a regular horseman from early. So we're going to see that coming out right now. Now horsemen are getting put back onto the map to try to deny this. Grubby still not with another villager out just yet. Well, I spoke a little too soon here, actually. This buddy's going to come up and do his job, get to work, put up some outposts, and hopefully get a little bit of fun going for us. I'm going to pause the game real quick because it is giving me some frame issues. I will be just a moment. So I realized that you actually can't change the graphic settings until you're out of the game. I guess high view with the amount of trees and stuff on it just kind of caused a little bit of FPS issues. I run my casting or my replays on high just so it looks a lot better. But either way, it doesn't matter too much right now. We're getting some good gameplay coming out either way from these players. Khan gonna try to get some harass on the stone villagers right now, and a big old wall has gone up for Grubby on this whole bottom side of the map, which is kind of crazy to me. You don't usually see people walling up just so like, it's not even an aggressive wall, but just a significant wall on high view in particular. But either way, we do have a little bit of a skirmish going over here between this scout and some horsemen. Going to be able to catch up there because the horsemen are faster than the scouts after the last patch. If you don't know anything about the patch, card on the screen now to check out the patch notes from a video that I did. Regardless, though, outpost did finish going up. We're researching arrow slits to get some more damage coming out of them to hold this area. And do we have Sanctity research now? I'm not quite sure. I'll have to check in a moment here. But Grubby doing a good job of keeping a great mix of military units against the Mongols. Mongols only really able to push super hard with their cavalry units from the stable. You could put out some infantry as well or some ranged units in the Second Age, but for the Mongols, when you want to get aggression out in the Dark Age, you really want to think about getting those cavalry out because you have early horsemen. They're going to do a lot of damage. You're coming back in because we are dropping the Steppe Redoubt over yonder for our Mongol player. Going to get that extra drop in gold, plus 50% drop off when gold is delivered. Back at home for Grubby, however, we are still not ready to go up the castle just yet. Going to be a little behind here, but is going to have a military advantage, at least at this point in the game. Scholars at the ready, waiting for Sanctity to finish. I believe it literally just finished as I pressed the button there. So Sanctity is up and running. 2 scholars out on the map on 2 different sacred sites. This one looking to be denied by the horsemen. Outpost not going up in time to hide the scholar inside. Well, is he going to get away, actually? No, he did not. This villager is probably going to be safe and sound, though. This is probably going to go up before he is done. Oh, my God. It's going to be actually really close. Okay. Just barely getting up. Grubby, good presence of mind to get his villager into the outpost. And now going to be able to hold this position for a little while longer. But still, 1 sacred site out of the way for Grubby, getting that extra gold generation. Take a look at income per minute right now. And Grubby is ahead in food and wood. Going to be catching up in gold relatively soon. We take a look at gold mining units right now. There's none for Grubby versus the 18 for Divine to be. Sorry, I can't speak. 18 for Divine DFP. Looks like we lost our con at some point. I did miss that, but regardless, more horsemen on the map running around here. Divine doing a good job of staying ahead in gold for sure, especially as the Mongols are able to do so relatively easily with that stepper now. But it's going to be the response from Grubby that we want to see, really. What's the story of this game? Is it going to be the Sacred Sites? Is it going to be Divine coming from behind and really putting the pressure on? This wall is just still boggling my mind. I've never seen a player wall like this on high view. It looks like we're walling out this Sacred Site over here as well with our archers. Going to try to capture this one and have it for ourselves as well. And potentially secure a Sacred victory. The nice thing, there, Scholar's going to try to go for this one, but hide in the tower instead, or the outpost rather, which is actually having arrow slits, so no one has to be in it to shoot off at these horsemen. And the Scholar's just going to pop in and out until the Mongols player can do anything to respond to it. And it looks like it's going to take a little while for that to happen. Could even lose his horseman before the Scholar even gets... Yeah, Scholar's not even going to get down. Unfortunate situation here. We have some, are these Lancers? We have Lancers out in the middle of the map for Divine DFP. Hard to see because of the stealth forest. We do have some Lancers over here getting ready to do some raiding, maybe take control of a Sacred Site. Divine DFP has not scouted out the walls over here just yet. He's aware that the Scholar's here, but not aware of the wall that's going around it. We're going to try to neutralize the center Sacred Site, but we do have an outpost that is fortified, so it's going to be held very easily. Some units probably going to be pushing out here in a couple moments. Lots of spears chilling in the base of Grubby. We just kind of wait and see what happens here. This one looks like it will successfully be neutralized. I don't think that's going to be a safe one to hold for now for Grubby, but he's going to be happy with the gold generation. And as the Delhi Sultanate, the control of the Sacred Sites is really important because you're going to be able to force your opponent to go to different objectives. Sure, could he just go and raid your economy and cause some problems back there? Absolutely. But if he doesn't neutralize this, it gives you the opportunity to build, as the Delhi player rather, gives you the opportunity to build up some military units and push back out, keep control, and get a very heavy generation of gold going. Income per minute right now still ahead for Divine DFP with a significant number of villagers on gold still. Gonna go for some raiding here. Lots of spears in the base of Grubby though. Is it gonna be enough? I might not be inclined to think so just because of the amount of Lancers out. Animation canceling coming through for Divine DFP. What a great mechanic. We love to see it. And these spears are going to be forced off the objective here. Going to get the House of Running interrupted, potentially. Only one villager putting up. Would like to see some of these idle gold mining villagers pulled to finish this up, just to get to the next stage, get those researchers going. How many production facilities do we have for Grubby? We have 3 barracks, actually. So we're going to be able to pump out a lot of spearmen. We're going to get the Scholars back into these buildings, because they were out on the map capturing Sacred Sites. But we're going to need to get them back into our barracks in order to pump out more spearmen at plus 100% production rate. Lots of vills going down here. At least a count of maybe 3 or 4 went down for Grubby. And at this point, Divine should probably pull out. He's got enough economic damage. He's kind of overstaying his welcome now. Going to lose a lot of resources in the form of Lancers. And losing another one right there. A great push did keep his opponent off the castle age for a little while longer. Get some picks on some vills and cause some trouble. But it may not necessarily be enough in the long run, considering the amount of income that he has lost. Unlike the horses from the French, or the cavalry from the French, rather. That's my alarm for my laundry. Unlike the Royal Knights from the French, they do not have the ability to regenerate health. So they are going to have to push off and hold and wait and maybe even get some healing done from some religious units themselves. Let's check out the base back here, though, for Divine DFP. Divine's sitting on 3 stables right now, 3 stable production on the Uvu. Uvu is getting close to being depleted, so the awareness there will have to come up soon in order to continue his rapid production of units, going for double Lancers kind of everywhere he can right now. And we have 16 on food, 8 on wood, and 18 on gold versus the 8 on food for Grubby and 18 on gold. Nothing on wood right now. Or what am I saying? 18 on wood, nothing on gold right now. Looks like we were forced off this gold mine still and hasn't found a way back in. Grubby really feeling the pressure right now. Lots of spears still out on the map, but Grubby gonna have to pull all of his bills off the wood line. We're see 3 or 4 going down here. Another one there. You're gonna be going down, my friend, unless you make... Oh, did not run cross country in high school. I can tell. Some wood villagers being idle right here, waiting to go into the TC. Spears just not able to keep up with the double production from the stables of his opponent. Grubby has not even been really on the other side of the map much. He has a scout chilling over here, but he doesn't really see the production coming out from his opponent. He just knows what's going on in regards to what's happening in his base. These archers are going to be cleaned up relatively easily by the Lancers because Lancers are so strong. Spearmen are here. Do we have... Where's our blacksmith? We have double blacksmith up right now. We're getting our melee armor. I think our level 2 melee armor, if I'm not mistaken. So it is going to be a little helpful for a while, but again, Divine is just able to really keep up the production on his cavalry and really put a dent into the economy and military production of Grubby. Meanwhile, however, while this raid's still going on, more spears going down, more interruption on the wood economy, more villas going down there. Looks like we have not pushed back out onto the middle of the map to capture this sacred site. Our scholar is not over yonder anymore. We do have this sacred site nice and secure. So there's a gold income coming, absolutely. But he's really going to have to either put up like another barracks or something like that in order to keep the production up with these spears. He's losing so many villagers. Villager count for Divine 46 versus 27 of Grubby. Grubby's lost so much and actually went out into the map to grab relics to really reinforce the fact that he's not going to need to go on to gold for a little while longer. Income per minute wise, he is actually ahead in gold gathering because he has 2 sacred sites and now 2 relics in his mosque. His opponent, on the other hand, Divine, has pulled off of gold completely and is... Where are his villagers, actually? Okay, they're moving right now. They're relocating right now. There's 14 villas going to be on gold for Divine in just a second here as the step goes up. Going to drop some outposts here to keep the Yam network buff, plus offer some extra hiding holes for his villagers. And it looks like for now, Grubby has been able to hold. Not enough production coming up from Divine. Enough damage being done, for sure. A lot of damage being done, but he isn't going to be able to put the nail in the coffin just yet. Going to need to get out some either siege workshops or get out some military units with the siege engineering research, which I actually don't think Divine has in a blacksmith just yet. So he's not going to be able to get siege engineering yet. Looks like we have archer rangers coming out now, so we could see a blacksmith going down soon as well in order, again, to get siege engineering out, put the nail in the coffin into his Delhi opponent. Big wall coming up on high view. So it looks like Grubby's plan here is to try to funnel his opponent. Because when you have walls like this, you give your opponent a choice. They either have to burn down the walls and say, hey, I'm going to throw some torches. We're going to burn this down. We're going to get things going. And actually, speaking of torches, we do have this this sacred site being torched by that lancer. Going to run around in circles. Probably not actually going to be able to survive the fire of this outpost in time, though. So I'll have to keep an eye on that. Looks like we did break down some walls and gates over here with a huge army of lancers. Going to disrupt the gold economy of Grubby and get this held right there. But like I was trying to say for a second there, these walls force an option select for your opponent. Kind of like in a fighting game when you have a certain option which forces certain reaction out of an opponent. He's either going to have to break down the walls and give the Delhi player enough time to come over and reinforce behind the wall, or he's going to have to go around and funnel through where the units are going to be hanging out already. There's not really much of a way into the base of Grubby right now except for through the front of the base. And actually, speaking of front of the base, looks like Grubby's saying, this is my time. You're distracted across the map. You're running around trying to neutralize sacred sites. I have like, what, 30 spearmen? 24 spearmen? Let's go raid. Let's go do our thing. We have the prayer tent that did go up for Divine. It is going to get taken down relatively easily. We don't have siege engineering just yet, but he knows that his opponent is only really massing into lancers right now. There's no production coming out of these archer ranges just yet. Actually, I spoke a little too soon. There's 2 archer ranges with double crossbow production coming out right now, which is actually a really big misplay on the point of Divine, because spearmen aren't that weak to crossbows. If anything, crossbows are just kind of neutral on spearmen. We do have some men-at-arms coming out now, so maybe he did scout something that I did not notice. But that being said, the spearmen are going to be able to overwhelm this lancer mass from Divine very easily and should be able to take any fights there. We're going to have to wait and see exactly how this works out. We're going to try to take down this archer range so no more crossbows can come out. These men-at-arms are going down relatively easily, focusing them down, I believe. Actually focusing down the spears instead, so maybe a bit of a misplay still. Behind this, Grubby is recapturing the sacred site on the right side of the map. I think he's making his way out to the other one, if I'm not mistaken. No scholar there just yet, but Crossbow's doing a good enough job to hold on here, but Grubby did get the snipe on the archery range. You're going to say, that's enough. I'm going to pull back here before I take too many losses. Going to try to get an outpost up to help reinforce his front. Still on this middle sacred site. He is going to get a lot of work done. It really is going to come down to Divine here to find a good unit composition that is going to do enough work. I think that, honestly, I would probably be going archer here, not crossbows. I don't believe Grubby is... Let's see what Grubby's actually producing right now. Grubby's producing still more spears. Not a significant amount of men-at-arms at all. He's mixed them in, absolutely. He's got, what, 9 men-at-arms and 2 spears now, and he's still building a couple men-at-arms here and there, but his mass is still mostly spearmen, and archers are going to do a better job against spearmen than crossbows, but... Top of the map here, Scholar going for something. What's the Scholar doing up here? Is there a relic that we just, like, didn't see? Not entirely sure, but this outpost is going to say to the Scholar, hey, go home. This is not your library. This is not your place to be. Meanwhile, we have a shaman going out to pick up this relic on the side of the map of Grubby. We're going to try to put that in the prayer tent. Grubby already on 3 relics, not necessarily needing to get more. Income per minute tab-wise. Divine DFP significantly ahead in the gold, but it is a tight race with 19 vills on the gold right now. Grubby with, I don't believe any on gold. Actually, I lied. Grubby's the one with 1 vill on gold versus the 19 of Divine. So Grubby has 1 villager on gold, but enough relics and sacred sites to really hold it down, causing the sacred site victory condition to come up again, and now forcing Divine DFP to run across the map, look at a different objective. Gonna see that there's a huge mass of, oh my god, hang on, does he see this vill? Okay, he does, thank goodness. He's gonna see, however, there's a huge mass of horsemen. Oh my god, he's going for a quick wall. He's gonna get these foundations up really quick and trap the horsemen in. Oh my god, a smart play, not quick enough, however. Actually, it is quick enough. Oh my goodness, that's ridiculous. Still getting the snipe through the gap in the wall? I don't understand what happened there, but it looks like Grubby is going to cause his opponent to be walled in a little bit here, and I wouldn't be surprised if Grubby doesn't push out right now. He is pushing out with the Mangonel. Going to go for some heavy damage with the siege behind this. This is looking really troublesome for Divine right now. Look at the score for just a moment here. Score-wise, what is the score? I don't even see it. Player score, there it is. Divine is ahead in numbers. Again, I believe the Mongols score is still bugged because of the unpacking and repacking, but Grubby's ahead in basically every other thing you could think of. Income per minute wise, he's not ahead right now, but in military and momentum wise, in military composition, he is winning this fight. He just has a much better composition on his side. His mass is like 13 men at arms, 23 spears versus the 19 crossbows, 18 lancers. So while there's nothing that has a lot of damage against the crossbows of Divine, the Mangonel is going to do a lot of work against those if it's able to get into range. Diving onto the vills to disrupt the gold economy of his opponent. Not able to get onto the lancers just yet. Crossbows holding up the front, going to get as much damage as they can get done first. Mangonel out for Divine as well, hoping to do some damage. Getting a couple picks here and there, and this is a really tight game. I do think that the momentum is in favor of our Delhi player Grubby, especially considering his control of the 2 sacred sites on the middle and right side of the map. I click. I say as I click them in opposite order. Looks like the shaman actually is going to be over here grabbing a sacred site for our own for Divine to make it a little bit more difficult for Grubby to make anything happen here. And we have some archer rangers being moved onto the Uvu. Looks like our Uvu did actually get sniped, so we're going to need to reconstruct those and to get double production out again. More Springles out now for Divine. Gonna be able to try to snipe the Mangonel. About to be out of gold here on the front. Gonna have to find another spot in the map, which is not gonna be reinforced very easily. Take a look. There's only this other mine here, and after that one, it's a bit of a smaller mine too. It's only 4,000 gold, so it's gonna be difficult. Now Divine's saying, hey, you're not in front of my base right now. Here's my opportunity to push out. But Grubby's saying, I'll meet you in the middle with 3 Mangonels. That's a huge number of Mangonels. Khan going down to some spearmen, a couple pokes and prods, and that's going to be taken care of. No fortify outpost yet for Grubby. Would like to see that come out, actually, just to help kind of hold this position on the map. But Grubby knows a lot better what to do in this situation than I do, so I'm going to let the pros do the gaming. Grubby, meanwhile, just pulling back here, saw the mass, saying, hey, can't do much right now. Getting some tower war elephants out, however. I wasn't keeping my eye on that very easily. Gonna get some more spears and men at arms out as well. Got 4 barracks, only 1 range, so those elephants are gonna be few and far between for Grubby. Income per minute tab again. Grubby ahead in wood, but food and gold seemingly in favor of Divine. Not a significant difference, mind you, so it's not gonna be too crazy, but enough of a difference where it's gonna have some kind of impact for sure. Tower Elephant gonna take out this outpost here in the middle of the map. We just got some more posturing here. Villi count 57 for Grubby versus the 60 for Divine. So the rating from earlier in the game still actually having a pretty significant impact on the momentum here. Grubby still behind economically. Neither player going for, oh, I spoke a little too soon. Grubby did go for a second TC. Not sure how soon that went up, or how recently that went up rather. But lots of vills queued right now. And Tower War Elephant, he's going to have to respond to this soon before his production facilities start getting damaged. Grubby doing a great job of splitting up his units, putting them on, putting the pressure all across the base of his opponent, trying to find a weakness and exploit it. Going to recapture the sacred site in the far left side of the map here right now with the Scholar and a Spearmanist to hold things down. And this is a little scary for Divine right now. The posturing outside of his base is just a lot. There's so many Mangonels here. They're going to take out the archery real quick. Spears getting into the line of Lancers right now. Lancers on the map. We only got 6 right now. And 24 crossbows. But again, for Grubby, there's so many more Spears than Men-at-Arms. The crossbows are not going to be that effective still. Sacred Sights have been all captured for Grubby again. It's like, what, the third time this game? And able to hold for now on the side of Divine DFP. Going to be able to hold just for a little while longer. Where's the Tower Elephant? Did he get pulled out? I think the Tower Elephant may have gone down somewhere. There he is. You see his little carrying case there, gone and out of the way. And looks like Grubby's actually on the back foot right now, not able to hold as well as he would have liked to. He's going to rally some units into the fire of the crossbows, and Mangonels just weren't able to do enough work against the crossbows this game. Not able to really take out that mass, and more Mangonels going up in the back line here for Divine. This is a really tight game. I now really don't know who's going to win. Khan back up on the map. We saw him get sniped just a little bit ago. Cinematic mode just for a moment here where we watch this unfold. More towers going up for both players. Spearman going to push out, take out the Lancers. Now there's only crossbows on this for Divine. This is looking kind of scary because there's nothing now to go in and try to snipe the Springolds. So many more Springolds for Grubby right now too. Getting the snipes on the Mangonels and the Springolds of his opponent. Mangonels still, oh my god, big shots from the Mangonels going down all those crossbows. Momentum just shifted. Those shots are enough to put the nail in the coffin from my perspective. It looks like Grubby is going to run away with this game unless something's able to happen from Divine to really pull it out of his ass and say, hey, I'm going to hold this and push you back in. But Lancers are not able to do anything with the number of spears here. Crossbow's not able to do enough damage. Springold's going to push up, take care of the Mangonels, and allow the spears into the backline, take care of the crossbows too. Quick work, just one volley and they're down. Mangonels don't do much damage against Springolds, unfortunately. Gonna build some more Springolds of his own with his crossbows in the back, but like military-wise, take a look, 65 units for Grubby versus the 33 for Divine. He's just ahead in every aspect right now. It was a well-fought game from our Mongol player. Looks like the GG's has been called. If you like this video, make sure to leave a like, comment down below. I'm going to link in the card right now, and at the end of the video, maybe I'll figure it out in editing, but a match about the Delhi. If you're having a hard time in your games against the Delhi on hybrid maps, let's say, I have a great game from the series between Hera and Marine Lord in the EGC Winter Championship you might want to check out. So give it a like, check it out too, and I'll see you in the next cast. Cheers.